Hey, hey guys, so the saddest part of my story, for example, is how much I give to people and how much little, in terms of a little amount of people, see my content. Okay, so I'll be posting online, and I don't get many views. I don't get many people to see my content. So the thing is that I've been trying to be an inspiration to people. I've been trying to post content online about myself. I've been doing some blogging. I've been doing some audio programs, video programs, photography, all this kind of stuff. And it's all nice and well for me to do that. But I get crickets. I get crickets from people. Okay? So people just do not comment on my stuff to call me an inspiration or anything like that. People say nothing about my content. I can say if I was on TV, more people would be following me. But because I started from scratch on social media, building up my profile, all this kind of stuff, and people don't see value in me. They don't see value in me. I made 74,000 quotes, 2,800 videos on YouTube, 13 hours of music, and none of these people seem to be going through my content. None of them seem to say, "Oh, Danny, thank you for teaching me this. Danny, thank you for being an inspiration." All this kind of stuff, I don't get any of that from people, So the thing is that I'm at a time in my life that, I'm not using Snapchat anymore. I'm not using LinkedIn anymore. I'm not using Facebook groups anymore. I'm not using even my Facebook original profile. All I'm posting on my Facebook original profile is just a photo of myself every month. That's it. Because it's like everything I'm doing is dying down because people don't seem to be reciprocating to my content based on how inspiring I am, for example. Now, I'm an inspirational person, and the thing is that I work for free. And some people don't like the way I live my life. They keep making comments about my life, about my habits, about who I am or whatever it is. They call me all sorts of things. They disown me. They have an attitude problem toward me. All this kind of stuff. So the thing is that I'm just going to do some writing. I'm going to do a lot of writing. I'm just going to figure out my life, I'm just going to go where the sun is, We're going to go somewhere with my life. I don't know where, but I'm just going to go toward my word eye. And this thing with Instagram, YouTube, it's not going to last forever. I'm doing it now. I'm still doing it. And the thing is, for me personally, it's very hard to get even subscribers or anything, or even followers. I tried my best. To give people content, to give people inspirational content, to give people something to remember, and sorry guys, I was speaking about all these things, so I'm just going to repeat some of the things I said. Love your life. Go inside yourself as much as you can, because that's what success is. Make sure you understand that people who complain about you, about your life and how you live your life, don't let it faze you, okay? Let nothing faze you, okay? And the thing is, you have to realize that in your life, you have to go a deep direction with your life. I was someone who was diagnosed with schizophrenia. I suffered mentally, and now I think with my letter I use air writing for this, I use my pen, and I'm always centering my mind with the word or letter I. And from this point on, it's like, I've been on the receiving end of things. Some people are not happy about my life. I am single, okay? And the thing is that a lot of people don't respect me and who I am. A lot of people are jealous about me and how I live my life. I'm rich or better, but I respect me. I respect who I am. And I'm now basically in the part of life where I'm starting to enjoy my life. I'm starting to enjoy my life, where I'm going, and I'm achieving certain things in my life. So I made 2,800 videos on YouTube, 41,000 images on Instagram of myself, 74,000 quotes, 13 hours of music, and 33 years of life. So the thing is that I still get, like, for example, from people that some people don't respect I, that some people don't value I, that some people hate I. You understand? And I've been traveling a lot of my life, traveling places, doing up my Instagram, doing up my social media, but I don't get a lot of people to be commenting on my stuff or saying something about me, unless it's someone on YouTube, for example, who says, "Oh, I added you on Facebook, you're so inspirational," all this kind of stuff they say about good things they say to me, but it's a social media expert, or it's someone like a freelancer who's trying to get my money. You understand? And these freelancers, they go above and beyond to get your number on WhatsApp, or to get your number so they can message you on WhatsApp. And they try to do this themselves. And they try to please you and please you and please you to work with you, so that you give them $300 for 10 videos on YouTube to edit for you. And now, in terms of writing, I've written my heart out. It's a fascinating life to be a writer, because a writer really studies life, studies everything, The more you write, the more you grow, okay? But there's only one letter to learn, and that's the word I, Everything else is noise. So what I do is I center my mind with the word or letter I, and I'm learning my direction, everything that's perfectly fine, everything's good. And I'm satisfied with my word I. I'm satisfied with who I am, even though I have a smoking habit, a eating habit, sort of, and a sleeping problem, okay? And a drinking problem, okay? But the thing is, you have to realize, I don't have many problems, okay? I solve my problems. There's always a solution to where you want to go. There's always a solution to everything. But even though with my bad habits, I still am satisfied with who I am, okay? So I don't let things faze me anymore. I don't let people faze me. I don't let people faze me anymore. And I just travel toward I. I travel toward my direction. I've let certain things go. I don't use LinkedIn anymore. I don't use Snapchat anymore. I don't use Facebook anymore. I don't use Facebook groups anymore. All I do on Facebook is post a photo of myself every month, for example, and that's it. And I use Instagram mostly now and YouTube, okay? Basically. But my Facebook page, I post photos on it of myself that I post on Instagram. It just goes to Facebook. But, I tried many times to get followers, to get subscribers, to get followers, to get subscribers. And I'm like a solopreneur. I'm a sole entrepreneur. But the thing is that I'm far from an entrepreneur. I'm an artist. Okay, I'm an artist. And now, not everyone's built to be an entrepreneur, but I do certain things that entrepreneurs do. Okay, like for example, use social media, post content, make content. Learn, all that kind of stuff. Read books, all that kind of stuff. Live life, for example. Entrepreneurs do these kind of things too. And now, an entrepreneur, by definition, is someone who has employees. Okay, that's an entrepreneur, by definition of what other people are saying. But an artist, for example, is someone who makes stuff, makes quotes, makes content, whatever. I'm more of an artist. Okay, I'm more of an artist than anything else. And now, of course, I want to be successful. I want to be a successful person. I want to have kids someday. I want to have a wife. All that kind of stuff is good for me, But let's say I never have a wife in my life. Let's say I never have kids in my life. I'm still satisfied. I'm still satisfied with who I am. Because I know in my heart that I'm a good person. And just because I don't have a lot of money or whatever it is, for a woman not to give me a kid because I don't have money, I'm a good person. I have money. Okay, I have money. And the thing is that, I'm going in a certain direction now. I'm going in a certain path in my life. And it's time for new things now, like paid advertising with ClickFunnels, trying to make money online, finishing up with my mother here, okay? And basically, being with her, whatever it is, and just traveling here and there a bit, and then going back home and living my life the way I live my life. And I tried many times to get subscribers, followers, likes, shares, engagement, all this kind of stuff. And I've been getting all this kind of stuff. But the thing is that, I didn't go viral as much as I wanted to. And I did go viral on Threads. For example, I went viral on YouTube as well. But I didn't make any money from it. Okay? And now, recently someone bought my book, for example, on Amazon. And I received $1.11 AUD for that book. But the thing is, my book's always online forever. I've got an autobiography of myself online. I'm still finishing that. I'm still going to eventually write more about it, about my life. But the thing is that, my life is a work in progress. Now I want to say that I don't have many friends. And I only trust myself. Because I am the only one who gives everything to myself. And that's it, That's all I want to say. And you have to realize that life is a good thing. Life is a good life, okay? And you need to live your life the best way you can for yourself. You need to do what your heart says. And when someone's talking to me, out of 100 things they say, I may listen to just one thing they say. Because I only listen to what vibes with me. I don't listen to everything, okay? I listen to what is important for me. So if someone says, "Oh, Danny, you must go on more medication," for me, this does not vibe with me, okay? It does not vibe with me to get on more medication. So I'm not going to listen to that. But if someone says, "Oh, Danny, you always must affirm, I can, I must, I will," or something like that, then I can listen to that because it starts with I first. So the thing is that your parents may think good of you, they may worry about you, all this kind of stuff, but they may even try to think for you, think, for example, for the best for you, but not everything they say will vibe with you. Not everyone was approaching. Not everything that people say is gonna vibe with you. What vibes with you is what you feel in your heart that vibes with you. Yes, and so the thing is that you must not listen to everything. You must listen to what your path is. You must listen to where you're going. Okay, not where other people want you to be, not anything else. Okay. The thing is that every single day in your life, you must live your life the best way you can. Every single day, do as much as you can. Every single day, give as much as you can. Every single day, love your life. Every single day, grow your mindset, and try to be your best version. Try to be your best version. And in your life, always have words of wisdom to give to someone. But if they're not coachable, just be silent. So the thing is that a lot of the people that I've been with in my life who are close to me, okay, for example, they're not coachable. Okay, they're not coachable. I'm only giving advice, all this kind of stuff, to people who really need it. You understand? So the thing is that in my life, I've been posting online on social media, all this kind of stuff, but I don't get many views for what I do with my life, and I don't make any money from it. Okay. So the thing is that I make wisdom from it, and wisdom is all the money in the world. And you have to realize that in life, you have to make money, you have to make wisdom, you have to make everything come true for you. Okay. So do what's wise, do what's best for you, and love the life you live. Okay. Try to better your habits, try to do all this, but don't let it phase you. Okay. Try to do everything in your power to improve yourself, but don't let anything phase you. Be unshakable, have a lot of self-worth. Love your eye, use air writing. Use a pen to air write. Repeat the word I in your life, and try to be the best person you can be.